Pine Grove News Live. Well, we're actually, no, it just turned 6 o'clock on the dot. Hope everyone's okay. God bless everyone. It is Wednesday, middle of the week. Kind of feels like it now that I'm thought about it for a second. Oh, so what's going on in your neck of the woods, huh? What is it? Well, let's play this first. Oh, put this up and we'll go over and check our live feed on YouTube. And if anybody's listening, it's P as in Paul, N as in Nancy. No, that's not it. It's Pine Grove News Live. PG&E Live. And we are. That's not it. Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know. That's, we've had like 2, 3 days of, kind of wet weather. Probably going to get it, they say, for another couple more days. And, you know what that does. I don't know. I get my energy, a lot of it, from the sun. I don't know, how that works, obviously. We're just connected, I guess, with the earth and the sun and solar system. Yeah, something like that. So, anyways, a couple things in the news. Of course, uh, yeah, the normal, you know, impeach Trump. That's in the news, of course. Getting a little heavier, getting a little dicier. I don't know. You guys make up your own mind. I mean, Schiff seems to be making up his own um, letters from whistleblowers, whatever. Biden's starting to come out and speak against Trump now. Nancy Pelosi. So the Democrats, they just won't do it the normal legal way that it's always been done. They want to do it their way, and then they want to impeach Trump even more because he won't answer them. Trump says, "Go do it how you're supposed to do it, and I will answer." Anyways, it's just these Democrats. They are really just tearing this. It seems like they're just tearing this country apart. Just the evil and the darkness that just is portrayed through them. It's a good thing that Trump is doing seemingly good things out there. Okay. Yeah, he's very how do you say it? Very vocal about that anyway. Always has been. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, having confidence in yourself. But there is a point, Anyway. So let's just start off on this first three things that I have here, and this will tell you basically what is going on in the news right now. Alerts, of course. So let's go to, well, it's not that one. All right, we'll do it this way. Gonna move this over here. So we'll go with this one. Wow. I don't even know where that came from. So what I'm trying to get at, is that, about Trump wanting to pull troops out of, I believe it's northeastern Syria. Okay, and he still claims that we don't have soldiers there, but kind of hard to believe. That's what he says. So apparently, Trump has talked with Erdogan, or whatever you call him, president of Turkey. And he knows that he's planning on going in there and getting rid of these Kurds, who are and have been ever since the Iraqi war, an alliance, to America. They were in Iraq, and then we let them be attacked in Iraq too. I think I remember hearing that. Don't you remember that? And now they're being left to the Turks because the Turks have crossed the border with troops. They have shelled civilian areas already. So there is, it's not rumors of war anymore. It is actually, a war. Right now, it's just the Turks against, the Kurds. And Trump has told them not to, well, he kind of said, do what you got to do. He basically wants all our soldiers home. He wants everyone there to deal with their own stuff. He says that we're tired of being the police of the country. And I kind of agree to a point. But then you got, people like Turkey and, Saddam Hussein, in Iraq, who just, kill their civilians, if they don't follow what they do. So Turkey begins a military offensive in Syria. The militia commander says it will attack Turkey forces if they enter Syria. Okay, and this from the Daily Mail. Remember where the source comes from, okay? President Erdogan launches Operation Peace Spring. Yeah. Why is always a military operation has some kind of title that's just a lie? Anyway, so Turkish air strikes target Syrian Kurds and ISIS fighters in a bid to neutralize terror threats following withdrawal of U.S. troops. They were worried about this because this will allow ISIS to reemerge. Apparently, we have thousands of these ISIS fighters, and they could be let go once we're out. Supposedly, we already are out. But anyways, 7 so far have been killed, civilians anyway, because of these troops shelling these Kurdish positions. So, but in the meantime, I mean, this is going on too in the same border. Iran launches a surprise drill near Turkey border. I mean, these things are all linked. They come out within, within the past 12 hours of each other. So for the most part, this is how I got it anyway. And this is Trump is threatening to wage this economic war on the country the U.S. base nukes in. And trying to figure out what country that was. But anyways, he's also threatening an economic war against Turkey, even though they talk to each other, okay? And Trump knew what the Turkish president was going to do, go in there and fight the Kurds. Even though the Kurds were allies, I mean, I don't get it. So we'll just let it play out, I guess. Nothing we can do. So, yeah, we do know that we do have nuclear missiles or nuclear bombs in Turkey. You remember the coup that supposedly happened? Yeah, there was an American base there that was taken over, or supposedly taken over. They had nuclear weapons on that base. So, I mean, what does this mean now? What does that mean now? There's going to be some kind of something that goes on there, and this base gets taken over again, including the nukes. And what will Turkey do with the nukes? I mean, I don't believe Turkey is a nuclear power, right? I don't think so. So anyways, that's going on with that. It's just crazy. I had this video down here too. I could show you some. I took this video from my mainstream TV of some things that are going on there. I'll just play it for a minute or two. I'm not going to play it for the whole 18.
humanitarian crisis takes place, and we will hold them to this commitment. It goes on, there are no American soldiers in the area. There are no American soldiers because on Sunday night, late in the evening, President Trump announced abruptly and without notice that American forces would be pulling out in order to allow for the Turks to carry out this operation.
Yeah, so they pulled the soldiers out Sunday night to allow whatever the Turks are going to do this up to what, kill?
President Erdogan has long been seen as a man who is bringing democracy to its knees. He was duly elected there, but has changed much of the Turkish system. A spokesman for the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces said that the Turkish warplanes have, quote, started to carry out airstrikes on civilian areas, causing, and I quote, a huge panic among people in the region. Remember, the president had urged that civilians be left alone. The president has come to a microphone now and is about to speak. The Kurds requested air support from American forces in response to the strikes, but U.S. military officials tell Fox News that President Trump has ordered them not to get involved. The ground invasion of northeastern Syria is now underway. Here's the President of the United States.
I spoke with Boris Johnson. And we had
Yeah, I'm just going to stop it there because he doesn't talk about any of this for at least the first 10 minutes. He talks about other things, economic things, things going well. He doesn't talk about the impeachment. He doesn't talk about Turkey's invasion of the Kurds. I mean, the Kurds are calling out, and we've heard this before, on America to help them. The Kurds have helped us. We owe it to help the Kurds, or at least get them out of there. I mean, that's basically what I think Turkey wants anyway, because they hold, I think there was a map in here somewhere. They hold a good portion of area, but they have no specific country of their own. That's what's a little just crazy about that. So, anyways, he does talk about some other things I found at the end about all this, but you'll see it on TV. I mean, this is mainstream media. This is, they want you to obviously hear about this Turkey thing. And that the Kurds, I mean, the Turks are in there bombing civilians. So, what are we going to do? Oh, look who's here. Hey, Laura, God bless. You back in the States yet? I heard that you were coming back the other day. I know you didn't want to, but so you must be pretty tired, I mean, what does all that time change do to somebody, right? So you're back. Good. Go visit your mom now. And in any case, home just now. Wow. I don't know. So you're real tired or you're real awake? I forget exactly where you're staying. You stay in, what was it, middle of the country? Yeah, 5 time zones. Yeah. I don't even know how that would work. I mean, I drove to Missouri one time. I drove to Missouri 24 hours straight, and I didn't notice any time zones. It didn't really affect me. It's only, 2 time zones. It's only 3, 2 hours. Anyway, yeah. Tired up since 1 a.m. Yeah, well, go rest, sister. Just listen to me. That'll put you to sleep. So, not a whole lot of other news. I mean, I'm going to go through a couple things. I don't know where this was. This is from End Time Headlines. 3 newborns die, 5 others sickened amid outbreak of waterborne bacteria infection in hospital. Yeah, well, they tell you that's probably one reason why they tell you to keep your kids home if you're visiting somebody. Kids are very susceptible to that stuff in the beginning. So, anyway, it's a Pennsylvania hospital. says it is transferring some infants following a bacterial infection. And it's, I don't even know how to pronounce that, neonatal intensive care unit that affected 8 newborns, 3 of whom have died. That's just terrible. I mean, imagine that, you wait all that time, you have a baby, and then next thing you know, there's an infection, and that poor thing is gone. In Georgia. So let's pray for those families who, lost those loved ones, who I believe someday will maybe even come back in the millennial and be able to live out their lives like they should have. I believe that for all the ones that have been killed, through abortion or whatever. I do believe that they will come back and live their lives. I mean, and it'll be different. That's when children will be able to, sit, amongst the lions. And, I don't know exactly where that is in the Bible, but does state some of that. Could be in Revelation. Yeah, so no more rumor in Turkey. They went to war with the Kurds, and we're not protecting them. I don't know why anybody would trust the United States after that. They've done this. This is the second time they did this to the Kurds. And this thing with Iran, I saw another article. I don't know where it is at the moment. I thought I took it, but they have 30 more advanced centrifuges. Now, I don't know why they would put that out for the public to see. Obviously, there's some plan, and we're meant to see it. So I don't know if that's a propaganda put out by Israel. Of course, they don't need any excuse to go bomb some new nuclear facility somewhere. I mean, they are, they've been given a threat by almost every leader, for a long time, to wipe them off the map. So you just have to protect yourself. And if that means destroying a nuclear facility that's, in the process of making nuclear material, yeah, then you got to do it. Got to protect yourself. I certainly would. Okay, so what else we got? Oh yeah, well, this needs to be put out there. Okay, we put out. Let's see, Monday. We put out this article up here. Okay, from the IntelliHub. DOD prepares for martial law in Congress. Marines approved for activation on American soil. Okay, so I don't know who said martial law, but in any case. So this person put this link under the headline, the link that I put in there for that story. I guess this guy, I've actually looked him up, and this is him over here, metabunk.org. Okay, apparently he is by himself, at least he says so anyway. Let's see. Metabunk.org is dedicated to the art and pastime of honest, polite, scientific investigating and debunking. It is primarily a discussion forum. However, the focus is on providing concise, useful resources and attempting to avoid repetitive debate and arguments. So it goes on. It says right here, metabunk.org is run by me, Mike West. Okay. And Mike was not the one that put this article out there, but someone else, and I've talked to him already. But so this martial law thing that they said it was being set up with all these National Guard and the reservists, I guess, being called up, for the help of whatever services that were going to be needed. But anyway, so this was put there for that article in an attempt to stir up fears of martial law. Shepard and Bellis posted this incendiary headline article. DOD prepares for martial law in Conus. Marines approved for activation on American soil. And even though, okay, this guy has said that this is debunked, I believe, okay, and it's just my opinion, that somewhere along the line, this is what they're all going to try to accomplish. They want to get the guns away, and it has something to do with it's the New World Order thing, okay? They can't go and take America down with all the guns they have. And they can't have their New World Order if America is still able to defend themselves. So if that means, martial law, under the guise of I don't know, go listen to some Q talk about why you probably should let them have martial law. I don't know, to prevent people from leaving the country. Well, let me tell you something, man. All those elites and the powers that be who probably already down in the darn tunnels, okay, underneath America and further in Canada and Mexico. They'll get away. You can declare martial law and shut down things, have curfews, have the military come into your house, breaking down the doors, taking your guns, pulling people away, putting you in a dark dungeon somewhere and forgetting about you. Yeah, you could have that, but that won't get you these people, because they have so much money that they could just buy their way to anywhere they want to go. They just go to another country that can't be extradited, Martial law is never a good thing, and you should never take it for granted. It could happen. Things are changing in this country. The demon rats are trying to take down this country and divide us, and they're doing a good job. In any case, he gives a couple links to other information. It goes on to debunk this article, something about the orders, and I'm just putting it out there just to let you know that it is out there, and that you could go read what somebody else has to say about it. This deactivation of reservist component. I mean, I've already stated in the article that there was an order out there to activate these reservists and whatnot a while ago. Okay, but that's not what was in the article that I put out on Monday. It was another article. 500 we had talked about. 500 dash, here you go, 19. Well, this is 550 dash 19. The other one was 300 dash something. But anyways, 14 down here. Manpower policy for mobilization, a reserve component. Marines ISO, that's in service of defense support of civil authorities. And its purpose in support of reference A, established service policy for assessing 10 USC section 1234A, authority to employ ready reserve Marines in support of civilian authorities. Request for DSCA will come with little warning, requiring the Marine Corps to establish manpower to enable rapid mobilization of units and individuals. So he goes on to write under this debunk thing, there is nothing in either one that discusses martial law. And it's true. Neither one of them discuss martial law in any one of them. It is an assumption put out there. But why move them around? Why activate after they were already deactivated. So whatever. I mean, we should be ready for either one. As Christians, we should be ready for anything, okay, and expect everything. It's all part of the delusion. It's all part of the chaos that the Prince of the Air is trying to do, and he's doing a good job. He's been around for a long time. He's smart, a lot smarter than me. Well, I will rely on the truth. Anyway, so you can go through it if you like. He did some good work in researching it. I have not looked at all these links as yet, and this one brings you to Marines, the official website of the United States Marine Corps. I mean, I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know if this is real or not. Go find out for yourself. Well, I'll leave that in there so that you can take a look at it if you like. Let's see. Let's go to this one. Because this woman, she just every time I just look at her or hear articles about her, I just shake my head back and forth like, whatever. I just believe that she's another part of the confusion. I mean, how could somebody be so far left and so? Anyway, now she wants to release all the prisoners. Yep. Release all the murderers. Release them all. Okay. Abolishing prisons. Yeah. Well, there's always been prisons. There's always bad people, and there's going to be a lot more bad people. So I don't know. Maybe she's got a point. Because things are going to get so bad. Is that we're not going to have room for all the prisoners anyway. So you might as well just open the prisons and just let them all out, because everyone else is just, coming up to the same level as they are. It's just, that this is the fallen world that we live in. Yeah, AOC says they must have a real conversation about abolishing prisons. Yeah, and we must go seek a Green New Deal, a multi-trillion-dollar deal where there's no trains, or wait a minute, no planes, no cars, no fossil fuels, no charcoal. How crazy can it get? Yeah. Can't take a train to freaking Hawaii, right? No. Gonna have to get a sailboat, I guess. Gonna go back to the old days. Sailboats. That'd be cool. Take a lot longer. Waste a lot of time, but so I mean, she just goes out. Far left Ocasio-Cortez called for a real conversation about decarceration and prison abolition in this country, adding, a cage is a cage is a cage, and humans don't belong in them. I mean, what is that supposed to be? Some kind of insight that no one else could possibly know but her? Nobody else would have gone, cage is the cage is the cage? I mean, what is that? Just repeating it 3 times. She just drives me crazy. And that's what she's meant to do. Just look over here. More lunacy here. Yeah. Yeah. Every time she gets into the news. And then, this one, more evidence emerges. Elizabeth Warren lied about being fired for pregnancy. Yeah, well, whatever. More for that. So, whatever, man. This, just listening to that, I mean, I was thinking about, with all this line about her being pregnant and being fired for being pregnant, I was listening or had an idea in my head. So, sometimes that's pretty dangerous, but you know how the women are always, uh-oh. Yeah, I always do something. I can't believe I left the music on again. Yeah, thank you, Laura. That'll only be three-quarters of the video. No problem. I don't think it actually came on the video when I put it in YouTube when I actually recorded it. Was it live on YouTube? I don't know. We'll find out. In any case, I was just thinking, women, that's all you hear, and it's what am I trying to say here? Women, of course, if they have the same job, they should be paid equally. That's a given. Okay. And I don't know why they don't, but I was thinking about one thing, and maybe some, woman could listen to this and explain this to me. Okay. Not on YouTube. Good. Um, of course, I have no, we're equal, except that, we're, you know, born physically different. Um, we are actually, I think, women, at the same age as a man, women are actually about 2 years smarter. Yeah, at least that's what I've been told. I kind of agree with it. They're supposed to be your helpmeet and have a little bit more common sense, I guess. But anyway, I was thinking about, okay, so we got equal pay and all that stuff, and the women want to be equal, and I agree with that. But what happens when it comes to a woman getting pregnant, okay, wanting to start a family or whatever, however that works? I know me and my wife, we talked about what we're going to do. I was going to go to work, she was going to stay home and raise a family. I mean, you would call it old fashioned ideals, and that's what we wanted. And that was fun. It didn't quite work out that way, but whatever. Yeah, it never works out the way you plan. But what if you got pregnant? Okay. Does the company have to pay you to be gone the time that you're giving birth and, weaning or, um, taking care of the infant? I don't think the company should be obligated to do so. I think it's a woman's choice or the husband and the wife's choice that if they want to have children, that they made that decision, and that I don't think that any company should have to pay a woman this maternal leave. And I don't know how the heck I got to accept it, having some stupid thought because of this fired for pregnancy thing. But that's just me. I mean, I don't think that that's fair. That's not equal. Okay, a man can't. I mean, I guess they probably are doing it now too, giving a man maternity leave. But I did hear mention of that somewhere. But in any case, I mean, I think it should be done another way. Maybe some kind of insurance plan, or kind of like when you pay for a Christmas club type thing or a layaway. You put away money for these things. You expect it, you talk about it. Of course, there are, things when it's not expected and it just happens with, and that was with all three of mine, unexpected. And actually, one we did plan for. That was the son. But anyway, so you tell me how fair is that and how equal is that? Because in that point, we're not equal. I mean, we can't give birth. You can. Um, but you have to leave work, and work doesn't get done. They may have to hire somebody else to fill your spot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stirring up a can of worms. I don't know. But those things I think about. Yeah, those things I think about, and I think about, why does a man have to put up the toilet seat and put it down, okay, for a woman, but the woman doesn't have to do it? They just they're expected to tell I don't know, it's gone throughout 60 years of my life. That's all I've heard is women complaining about this seat not being down. You know, we go in there, we use the John, we put it up, but anyways, I mean, I've heard my wife complain, or I've heard another woman say that during the night she went to go in to use the toilet and she ended up falling in it because she wasn't looking behind her. I mean, come on, look behind you. You don't know where you're going to be sitting. I don't know. It's crazy. These are some of these stupid thoughts that I have, man. I don't understand why men have to be trained to first you go in there and put the seat up, because obviously if you don't, it's going to get all over the seat, and you know that's just creates a mess. Yeah, put it up. Sometimes you're going to forget, but we have to have the instinctual thing rammed into our brain to put it down because some woman might be sitting on it later. Why can't the woman just come in there and put it down and leave it at that? I don't understand that. But no, it has to be hammered into the men's heads that you have to put it up and you have to put it down. The woman just has to go in there and sit like a queen. I don't know. It's just crazy. Useless information and thoughts that could be used for better purposes. What a thing to tell you right in the middle of the news. Anyways, let's go on. It's just a couple more things and get out of here. Chief scientists of NASA now pre-warning Earthlings that life exists on Mars and will be announced in the next 2 years. But warns Earth isn't ready for the bombshell. Probably not. And this is also from National News. Scientists are bewildered by mysterious crystals found in the core of giant alien planets. Okay. Now, this one, what question would you ask about this? What question would you ask about this title? First of all, where are these alien planets that you're talking about? And how the heck are you able to see through into the core? You can't see into our own core, at least that's the last thing, that I remember, that we can't do that. I mean, that's why somebody tried to drill down to the core and see what was there. I mean, we got to know what's in there, right? Because I've seen pictures. I was taught in my school that, the Earth had a core and it had lead spinning around and creating electricity and the poles and all that stuff. I mean, how did they know? How did they know? They didn't have the technology to be able to tell that when I was growing up. They may have all kinds of technology now, like LIDAR and stuff like that can eliminate a whole forest if you're looking for something. It's just amazing what that LIDAR can do. But in any case, I mean, they can't find a plane that went missing. Remember that plane? The two of them, actually. One of them, where was it? Malaysia. Remember the Malaysia flight? It just disappeared. Couldn't find it anywhere. Not on radar, nothing. But they can see crystals inside a core in a giant alien planet. What a ride, huh? What to believe, right? Hey, all I'm saying is you can use your own discernment. You can ask the Holy Spirit for more discernment on the truth of these things. And sometimes, it's just going to be obvious to you. Things are just made up. Propaganda, you can tell. It takes time. It's not going to be given to you. You got to ask for it too. I always ask for first of all, for more knowledge, but more so wisdom to know how to use the knowledge in the right way. I mean, you can go and collect all the knowledge you want, but knowing how to use it, how to apply it. Yeah, that's wisdom, and it would be great to have. In any case, scientists are bewildered. Yeah, I'm sure everyone else who reads it is going to be bewildered too. It keeps you focused in another direction. That's one thing it does. Anyways, I've always been a scientific, science uh, fiction, buff. Always read the books. Always watched the movies. Every Star Trek. Every Deep Space Nine, Babylon 5, Voyager, all those, every one of them, SG 1 through 9, Stargate Universe. I've watched them all. Yeah, I'm fascinated with it. But, knowing God more changes some realities. It certainly does. But, it still asks more questions. I mean, there is obviously lights out there anyway. And our leaders tell us what these lights may be, distant galaxies, stars, planets. But are they really? Have you ever asked that question? I've asked the Lord that question. He's given me, a little bit because I'm not to know the rest of it until it's time anyway. And I'm not going to tell you right now. You'll have to ask the Lord for that discernment. Any case, sorry for bringing that up and not letting you know what I thought. But you know that there's fallen angels out there, okay? And they're able to go wherever they want, any dimension, I guess. And they can definitely change into whatever they want to change it. Satan changed into a roaring brook. I keep mentioning that in the book of Jasher. I don't know if it's could be chapter 10, chapter 6, what talks about the Abraham taking Isaac to the mountain to be sacrificed, and tells about the story. That's why I like Jasher, because it gives the details, fills in the story where the Bible, the canon, left off. And it may not be, according to some people, divinely inspired, but I don't agree with that. The book of Jasher and certain books of Enoch, I do believe, have been out there and are meant for us to find. So, anyways, I'm kind of done with the news tonight. I think that's about it. Just to let you know that PG&E, the power, let's see, Pacific Gas and Electric, are playing their little games down there on the West Coast, turning off people's power. Apparently, 5 to 7 days in a row in some areas. That's what they've told these people. Will Watchman from Northern California said that his power is on, but he didn't have his internet and what else? Cable and all that stuff. But and they said that they were going to be turned off that because they lost power because Pacific Gas and Electric supplied them, and apparently, but anyways, you would think that they would have generators for this stuff, pay them a lot of money to provide these things. Anyways, big controversy going on there with this, Pacific Gas and Electric turning off people's power. And you haven't heard the last of it. That's all I can say. Something about, because, they had to declare a bankruptcy because people were suing them because of the fires. Supposedly, their lines were the reason for a fire, which it wasn't. But in any case, they were blamed for it. And, the story continues there as well. People are going without power for days for no reason whatsoever. For PG, Pacific Gas and Electric's fear of being sued again. I don't know. It's got to be in your contract where they can't do that. Turn off your power. Well, I mean, some people, we rely on the power these days. We've grown up to it. This is the generation with power. We don't know anything else. You turn it off, you kill people. And you're talking about lawsuits. I mean, they're worried about these fires, which, anyways, we can hold another discussion about the fires and how and why they were started and so on and so forth. In any case. And so I'll leave you with this one from the Daily Mail. This was out a couple days ago, but I'm going to put it up here anyways because of this dangerous viral internet challenge. There's another one. I don't know what it's called. I haven't really read it except for the headline and a couple lines below it. But this Michigan boy, 12, suffers second-degree burns to his face, chest, and stomach when a friend sprays him with nail polish remover and sets him on fire. All as part of a dangerous viral internet challenge. We've heard about the other challenges, right? Blue whale and some of the things that happened or went on or started in Russia. I'm trying to see if there's a name to this internet challenge. I can't really. Here's a picture of the young 12-year-old. Trying to find out. Yeah, it's terrible. And, I can tell you some stories I've had with playing with gasoline when I was younger. Somebody getting burned. Yeah. That's we're just, kids, we're curious what these things did. So anyways, this 12-year-old Detroit girl experienced burns to half of her body, attempting this stunt last year, while a 12-year-old boy in South Carolina suffered burns to 40% of his body attempting the challenge Home Alone last year. So I don't know what the heck this challenge is called. I'm still looking for it, but there are other people that were injured, obviously, as we read on as well. Oh, man. There was a similar challenge in 2016 when the fire spray challenge, they call it a fire spray challenge, gained popularity on the internet. Well, these kids, we're in deep trouble. That's all I can tell you. There is no more social interaction because we're all on the phones. We don't pick our face up and talk to each other. We text each other. I saw this happening. When my daughter got on the internet, when we first had the internet, got into that Yahoo thing, when that first came out, I got her off of it. I did, because I was, there were warnings even back then that there were, what do you call them? People who were pretending to be somebody else and meeting up with some of these young girls. That's how it all started back then. So that's it, everyone. This was supposed to be much, not as long. Should have been shorter. You just got to learn to shut my mouth. With that, everyone, don't worry, man. Don't give up. Don't give in. We're going to be okay. You just put your hope in Jesus Christ, and you won't have to worry about things. Just following Him, trusting in Him, will take all those fears away. You won't have to worry about this lost hope, because He is the hope. You learn about Jesus Christ, and you won't want to learn about anything else. He's the hope that you need. So if you're having a hard time, If you feel depressed or you feel like you're on wit's end or at wit's end, there is one more thing to do, and that is to go pray to Jesus Christ. Pray to God. Tell him that you need an answer now. He answered me that way. I was at the end. And I told him, I'm at my end. Please, I need the answers. Because I have no answers. I had no answers. Nobody else had any answers for me. But Jesus had the answers. He's the truth. He's the light. He's the life. He's the given waters. He's, he's your hope. He's your hope. Don't trust me. Go find out for yourself. God bless you all. Take care of your families, man. Know where they all at all times. How many times it can't be said enough. Things are starting to go off, and they've been going on for a while, but he's coming soon. And I hope you know him. If you don't know him, it won't matter. Anyways, God bless you all, and take care of each other. Peace out, everyone.